Hola, Dexter de Spanish Shrew aquí. Although the verbs ser and estar both translate to mean to be in English, they have different uses in Spanish. So now let's learn about ser and estar. A little preview of this video, we'll be talking about the basic differences, then uses and conjugations of both of these verbs, and then some notes about the present progressive tense. So for a basic comparison, both ser and estar translate from Spanish to English to mean to be. Ser refers to the essence or nature of something. We can think of these as permanent characteristics. Ser, so some examples of some permanent things you describe about something are the identity, the characteristics, origin, and time. And estar deals with states or conditions. We can think of these as temporary aspects of something. So some common uses are location, health, emotions, and ongoing actions. Now let's go into depth on ser. So here are several common uses of ser. One is origin, where someone or something is from. Example, ella es de Argentina. She is from Argentina. We have time. Days. These would be days, dates, and hours, such as time on a clock. Son las 11. It is 11 o'clock. Or hoy es lunes. Today is Monday. Then we have characteristics, describing inherent and unchanging qualities. El carro es rojo. The car is red. Now, yes, technically you could paint the car a different color, but in general, people don't do that. And if a car is red today, it'll probably be red tomorrow. So, el carro es rojo is a great example. And also for describing occupation. For instance, if you are a doctor, you could say soy doctor. I am a doctor. Now, note when describing occupation, you don't put an indefinite article in there. You don't say soy un doctor. You say soy doctor. Here are the conjugations of ser. I'm not going to read all of these aloud, so feel free to pause the video if you want to take any notes. But we'll talk about the indicative, present, and preterite. And so going in the form of first person singular, the yo form essentially, then the to form, the third person singular, followed by first person plural, then the kind of second person plural, but informal in Spain. Then we have the vosotros form. Then we have the ellos and ustedes, the third person plural form, or second person formal. Or if you're in Latin America, it's just second person plural in general. So we have soy, eres, es, somos, soy, son. For the preterite, we have fui, fuiste, fue, fuimos, fuisteis, fueron. And the past participle is sido. Now let's talk about estar, starting with its uses. This is commonly used to describe location. These as places or spatial orientation. An example is el libro está en la mesa. The book is on the table. Also, it's used to describe health and emotion. Estoy cansado. I am tired. And then it can be used to describe ongoing actions, and this is when you use it to form the present progressive tense. Example is estoy escribiendo un artículo. I am writing an article. For the conjugations of estar, so for the present of estoy, estás, está, estamos, estáis, está. Notice the accent marks. Then for preterite, we have estuve, estuviste, estuvo, estuvimos, estuvisteis, estuvieron. And the past participle is estado. Feel free to pause the video if you'd like. And then, like I said, estar is used to form the present progressive tense. So this is for describing ongoing actions, what someone is currently doing. Now, colloquially, someone might use the indicative present the same, but in this case, for the proper definition of the present progressive is what is someone doing or something doing it right now. So the difference between yo nado, I swim, and estoy nadando, yo estoy nadando, I am swimming, is yo estoy nadando would mean I am literally swimming right now. Well, yo nado doesn't necessarily mean that. It could just mean like I go swimming, but I'm not necessarily swimming right now. I'm sitting in a chair, for instance, I'm not in the water. And so the present progressive is formed by using a present form of estar followed by the present participle. This is called the gerund of the main verb. So in most cases it is estar plus the verb that ends, and the verb will end in ando or iendo. Ando for AR verbs, iendo for ER and IR verbs. However, Or so some examples are estoy hablando, I am talking, estamos comiendo, we're eating. However, there is an exception, and that is if the stem of an er verb ends in a vowel. In that case, instead of yendo, it is yendo. This is kind of reserved the sound, sound. For instance, like estoy comiendo, it kind of sounds like a y is in there, even though there isn't one. So for these verbs, it kind of puts that y sound in there. In this case, by actually using the letter y. So I am reading is estoy leyendo. In conclusion, both translate from Spanish to English to mean to be. So refers to the essence or nature of something. Remember, permanent aspects such as identity, characteristics, origin, and time. An example would be los pimientos son picantes. The peppers are spicy. That's just like an inherent characteristic. While Estar deals with states or conditions, you can think more, you can use as temporary aspects. So common uses are location, health, emotions, and ongoing actions. For ejemplo, la comida está caliente. The food is hot. Now this means like temperature hot, and that means kind of temperature. It's temperature hot right now. However, if you leave it out at room temperature, or you maybe put it in the fridge, it will cool down. So it being hot is a temporary condition. While something being spicy, such as los pimientos son picantes, they are inherently spicy. That's not very temporary. And I advise you to check out an article about Sarah and Estar that I've written and posted onto SpanishShrew.com. There is a link in the description to the URL. And that is how to use Sarah and Estar. Ustedes son buenos para ir ahora.